Okay, picture this. You're having a horrible day. First, you slept through your alarm. Classic. Then, you get ready, only to realize that your favorite shirt is still sitting in the laundry basket. Ugh, so you throw on something half-decent, rush out the door, and bam, you spill your coffee all over yourself. Great, you already know it's one of those days. Now, hold up. Before you swear off this day as the worst, let me hit you with something that might blow your mind. What if all this chaos, is actually a good thing? Yeah, I know, sounds wild, but hear me out. What if this struggle, this annoying grind we all go through, is actually making you, like, a better person? Stay with me, because today, we're talking about why suffering. Yep, even the toe-stubbing, heartbreak feeling, lose-your-job kind of suffering might just be beautiful. Trust me, this isn't some fluffy be-positive thing. Let's dive into it. Alright, let's get real for a second. Life isn't all sunshine and rainbows. We all have those moments, some big, some small, that just seem to knock us down. Whether it's getting dumped by someone you thought was the one, or failing at something you put your heart into, suffering is part of the package deal called life. But why do we act so surprised every time life hits us with a plot twist? I mean, we've all heard those sayings, right? Life's a roller coaster. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Yada yada. And while it feels kinda cliché, there's some truth in there. It's not the absence of suffering that shapes us. It's how we handle it. Think about it. When's the last time you learned something huge from like a super chill day at the beach? No shade to the beach. It's amazing. But growth, real growth, that comes from the messy stuff, from falling down, getting hurt, feeling confused, and then figuring out how to stand back up. Without the struggle, there's no progress. It's kinda like leveling up in a video game. You don't just stay at level 1 forever. Every tough boss you beat, every failure you push through, it's like boom, new level unlocked. Okay, so we know suffering's a thing. But here's what's even crazier. Humans have been thinking about this for like ever. And I'm not just talking about that one time your grandpa told you that life builds character. I mean, thousands of years ago, philosophers, religious leaders, and spiritual thinkers were all like, yo, suffering isn't just normal, it's actually kind of essential. Wild, right? Let's start with the Buddha. He was out here centuries ago saying life is basically full of suffering, or dukkha. He taught that suffering isn't just some random thing that happens to you, it's actually one of the 4 noble truths of life. But, get this. He also said that suffering can lead to enlightenment, if you know how to handle it. Now let's hop over to the ancient Greeks. Ever heard of a little something called tragedy? Yeah, those guys love talking about how suffering leads to greatness. I mean, think about all the epic Greek heroes, Achilles, Hercules. They all went through some serious struggles. And the whole point was that suffering was part of what made them heroes. No suffering, no glory. And it's not just Eastern philosophy or Greek tragedy. You see this idea pop up in all kinds of spiritual traditions. Christianity? Yeah, they've got this idea of carrying your cross, which is literally about embracing your suffering and finding meaning in it. And let's not forget the Stoics. People like Marcus Aurelius were all about saying, bring it on, to whatever hardships life throws your way. They believed suffering wasn't just unavoidable, it was an opportunity. All right, so we've got some ancient wisdom on our side, but let's bring it back to you. We don't need to be ancient philosophers or monks to understand that suffering changes us. Think back to a time in your life when things got real tough. Maybe it was a breakup that hit you like a truck, or failing something you worked really hard on. Or maybe you just felt totally lost, like you didn't know who you were or where you were going. It sucks, right? But after it was all over, did you notice something different about yourself? Maybe you realized you were stronger than you thought. Or maybe you discovered a new side of yourself you didn't even know existed. That's the thing about suffering, it forces you to grow. It's like going to the gym for your soul. You tear down the muscles, but in the end, they come back even stronger. And get this, it's not just about strength. Suffering teaches you patience, resilience, and maybe even empathy. Like, have you ever gone through something so tough that afterward you found it way easier to relate to other people's struggles? You suddenly get what they're going through because you've been there too. Suffering connects us in a way that nothing else can. It's like this secret club, people who've been through the fire and come out the other side. Okay, so now we're getting to the juicy stuff. We know suffering helps us grow. But what if I told you that suffering doesn't just make you stronger? It can actually be a source of power. Like, think about some of the most successful people you look up to. Odds are, they didn't get there by coasting through life. Let's take J.K. Rowling, for example. Before she became the billionaire author of Harry Potter, she was struggling big time. She was a single mom, living on welfare, dealing with rejection from publishers like 12 times. Imagine your dream getting shot down again and again. But instead of giving up, she kept going, using all that struggle as fuel to make her dreams come true. And today, she's one of the most successful authors ever. And it's not just Rowling. Think about Michael Jordan. Dude got cut from his high school basketball team. Like what? But instead of letting that failure define him, he let it fuel him. He trained harder, played better, and became the greatest of all time. That's what turning pain into power looks like. Your setbacks, they can either hold you back or push you forward. This isn't just about famous people either. It's about you. Your pain, your struggles, their fuel. When life knocks you down, you have two options: stay down or rise up stronger. And trust me, rising up feels a lot better. You get to take all that pain and turn it into something amazing, something that could change your life or even the world. All right, time to get to the heart of the matter. We've been talking about growth, power, and strength, but now let's answer the big question. Why is suffering beautiful? I mean, really, how can something so painful be beautiful? Well, here's the thing. Beauty doesn't always look the way we expect it to. It's not always sunsets and flowers. Sometimes beauty looks like resilience. Sometimes it looks like courage. Ever heard of kintsugi? It's this ancient Japanese art form where they take broken pottery and repair it with gold. The cracks don't get hidden, they get highlighted. They become part of the art, part of what makes the piece unique. That's suffering in a nutshell. Your cracks, your scars, they're part of your story. And in a weird way, they make you more beautiful. It's like nature, too. Some plants and forests only grow after they've been through a fire. It's the destruction that makes space for something new and beautiful to grow. Suffering breaks us down, sure, but it also opens up space for growth, for transformation, for beauty. So when you're going through something tough, remember, you're not just getting through it, you're becoming something new, to map something stronger, something beautiful. Now before you go full-on bring on the pain mode, let's be real. Suffering can be overwhelming. It's easy to talk about turning pain into power when you're looking back, but when you're in it, it can feel like you're drowning. So how do we embrace suffering without letting it totally crush us? First, don't go through it alone. Seriously. Whether it's friends, family, or a therapist, having people around you makes a huge difference. It's like, yeah, you can be strong, but you don't have to be strong all the time. We're not superheroes, we're human. And asking for help, that's not weakness. That's strength. And second, remember it's okay to feel. You don't have to slap a positive vibes only sticker over your pain. Sometimes you've just got to sit with it, process it, and let yourself feel whatever you're feeling. Give yourself permission to grieve, to cry, to scream if you need to. You're not a robot, you're human. Feel the feels, and then, when you're ready, get back up. So here's the deal. Life is tough. There's no getting around that. But the beauty in suffering is that it's what makes you you. Every challenge you've faced, every heartbreak, every failure, they're all part of your story. And the best part? You're still here. You're still standing. You've survived 100% of your worst days so far, and that's pretty awesome. Suffering isn't just something to endure. It's something to embrace, to learn from, to grow through. And at the end of the day, it's what makes life real, raw, and, believe it or not, beautiful. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you're vibing with this message and want to dive deeper into life's big questions, I've got more videos for you. We're talking growth, mindset, and everything in between. So hit that like button, smash the subscribe, and let's keep this conversation going in the comments. Have you ever turned your pain into power? Share your story, I'd love to hear it. And hey, no matter what you're going through, just remember, you've got this.